Good morning. You join me on a Friday morning, a beautiful Friday morning, on the outskirts of Reading. And I'm about to embark on the Royal Chilterns Way. For the last, 5 or 6 years, I've been ticking off the UK cycling's routes around the UK. And this is the 5th or 6th one I've done. So I've allowed myself 3 days to do the 170-mile route. It's not going to be the fastest known time. My aim is to make it the best known time. Relaxing, do what I want to do, don't rush, soak in the scenery, have a few beers, and actually relax and enjoy myself. So yeah, please come along. The Royal Chilterns Way route was launched, I think last year in 2025, and it's a figure of 8 loop around the Chiltern Hills, surprisingly enough. The weather is looking warm. It's cooled down a lot from what it has been for the last couple of weeks, so I don't think I could have actually timed it better in terms of the weather. Today I've got 53 miles to do, so not a great mileage. I can't get into the Airbnb until 5 o'clock this evening, so it's going to be a very, very leisurely day. We're 5 miles in and we hit our first part of gravel. The start of the ride out of Reading was almost completely off-road, dead flat. And it brings us to the first bit of gravel. One great thing at the moment, the route is very shaded. It's about mid to high 20s today, so a lot cooler than it has been. So I was cycling by and saw this great little church of Harpston-cum-Bolney. Let's just see if it's open and see if we can have a look around. No, it's locked, never mind. We've come about 10 miles and the shaded sections have been fantastic. Thank you. We've now made it to Henley, and along by the river here there are just loads and loads of people walking with dogs, so not the best part of the track, that's for sure. It's a bit stop-start. Excuse me. Yeah. There's no problem. Thanks very much. Thank you. Yeah. Dogs and people. Not the best combination for a cycle ride. At least we're back out in countryside again now. Cycling through Henley wasn't too pleasant. People walking on the riverbank, and then the route went straight through the town centre, which was a little busy, but this is more like it. So that was a real find. Just stopped in the small town of Nettlebed for an early lunch, and that was fantastic. So now, got to cycle that off for an hour or two. That was a great downhill section just out of Nettlebed, down through woods. It was about 2 or 3 miles of downhill through woodland, twisty and turny. Beautiful bit. One thing to comment on is when I've done these rides in the past, they've always been quite quiet. There's been very few people, you see. But I guess because this route is so accessible from London, I've already seen 2 or 3 groups riding the route. And this is just a Friday lunchtime. So I'm guessing that it can get quite busy, or relatively busy anyway. Oh, bit of sketchy single track. Riding the ruts one-handed, it's not that easy. Nearly came a cropper then. Okay, let's put the camera away and concentrate on what I'm doing. I've not long had lunch, but here in Ewelme, again, I hope that's how you pronounce it, there's a little coffee shop and tea room as well. So I think there's plenty of places to stop and have a break and something to eat along the route. I've been descending for the last few miles, and it was pretty obvious this was coming. Shooting pheasants, you can hear the pheasants, but it's a bit close to a bridleway. We've come up onto the ridgeway now and come across this little obstacle, but I've already spotted a diversion. Yeah, I've already spotted a way around. Oh. Found that route. There we go. That's safely negotiated, just. As I said, we're up on the ridgeway now. Been going since 8:30 or about 9 o'clock. And it's now 1:10. Haven't been rushing at all, and I've been doing lots of filming. In some spots through the woodlands, there's like bark being put down onto the trail, I guess to dry it up in the winter. But now it's very, very dry. It's almost like sand. In fact, it's worse than sand. It really does slow you down, and it is hard to control. So yeah, watch out for that. You think they're hard packed trails, but this bark mulch they've used, it can be very slippery. You might tell from the look of me that I've been working quite hard. I was about to boast that the route has been pretty easy up to this point, but I need to take that back, because that climb there was a stiff climb. I'll mark it on the route map, but yeah, had to really dig deep to get up there. Yeah, it's quite steep, quite rocky, and yeah, you earn this the top of this one. Okay, let's keep going. The trouble is, if you stop, you just get hotter and hotter. So yeah, let's get that breeze going. I'm not too proud to say, but this steep pinch is beating me in the middle of the woods. We're about, I think, 40 miles down, and I've come across this steep pinch in this woods, and yeah, the heat and the gradient got to me. So that's the only bit that I haven't ridden so far, 40 miles. Whoa. Cheers. This place is a real oasis. Can't even tell you where I am. I was so in need of a pint to cool me down. I actually saw the pub and swung in and straight into the bar. So I can't even tell you what the pub's called or where I am. I'll tell you in a minute after I've downed the pint. Cheers. So that was the Lions at Bedwas. I think I've got that correct. It couldn't have come at a better time. Yeah, a nice cold pint and a packet of crisps has hit the spot, definitely. So we've done about 42 miles, I think, and we've got about 11 miles to go to tonight's Airbnb. So that was the Lions at Bledlow. And that came just at the right time. When you do one of these gravel rides and see a dead-end road sign, you almost always know it's going to end up in a gravel track. So let's see what kind of gravel we get at the end of this one. I was right, it's turned into a bit of an old railway track. Definitely riding through a beautiful part of the country. Although it's potentially built up around here with some very large towns and cities, the route seems to wend its way between them, finding some fantastic bridleways and quiet roads like this. This bit is not clear at all. Up here is quite rooty, steep and rocky, completely unrideable. But there's a route here, or a path beside the fence, and it's not clear which way I should be going. It's going to be one of those situations where you're going to have to start and then see if you're actually going the right way or not. Wish me luck. That is some view there. Unfortunately, it's a bit hazy. It's about 4:15. I've got about half an hour to ride to the accommodation, and I've timed it just about right. So let's get going. I need a cool drink and a cold shower. It's been a fantastic day. Almost all gravel. One bridleway feeds straight into the next bridleway with absolutely minimal road. Many of these Cycling UK routes are too road heavy, but not this one. And if there is a bit of road, it's very, very quiet country lanes. And at the moment, this is my favourite. This is proving to be my favourite Cycling UK route. It's only day one. Let's see if I'm still saying that at the end of day 3. Good morning. You join me on the second day of the Royal Chilterns Way. Had a fantastic night's sleep at an Airbnb just up the road here. And this morning I'm heading down into Chesham to pick up the route and start the next 60 miles. The Royal Chilterns Way is 170 miles in total, and I've split it up into 3, roughly 60 miles each day. The elevation in each day is about the same, as about 3,000 to 4,000 feet, but I'm expecting today to be a little bit tougher. Looking at the route profile, there seems to be a lot more punchy hills almost from the get-go. One big thing is the actual weather has cooled down a lot. This weekend the heat wave seems to be over, and the temperature today should be in the mid to low 20s, so it should be much more pleasant than yesterday. The other thing to say today is I've been able to leave my saddlebag back at the Airbnb, so let's get going. Okay, so I've been going about an hour and it's an absolutely stunning morning, a lot cooler. Last night I stayed in an Airbnb at Great Missenden, not far off the route, and that was a great stop. It's up a bit of a hill, but it was a great run back into Chesham this morning. So we're just coming into Berkhamsted, where I hope to get a second breakfast. I feel like I've earned it already this morning. And this impressive place is Ashridge House. We'll just do a ride by. So I've just come across this fence and I'm guessing this is the start of Whipsnade Safari Park. I'll keep my eyes out for any exotic animals. Oh, that's about halfway this morning. It's about, I think it's 12:30. Yeah, dead on 12:30. And about 30 miles under the belt. And I've stopped for a well-earned cornetto. The cornetto went down well. That was at the National Trust Chiltern Access Centre. Quite a good little stop actually, at the top of a climb. And it's up on this ridge, so it's a fantastic views from up here. One thing I haven't commented on is the number of gates. There's a fair few number of gates, and in this last little bit, there's been a few more. Wow, that's some view. And down there is Ashridge House, which I cycled past about 3 hours ago. Let me just read my National Trust information card so I get the facts right. So the Bridgewater Monument was built in 1832 to commemorate the third Duke of Bridgewater, who was known as the Duke of the Canals. He saw the canals in France in the 18th century and opened the first canal in the UK, and his ancestors built this tower to commemorate his achievements. It's now part of the National Trust Ashridge estate, and it costs £2.60 to climb it, which I think is probably good value. One of the factors today I'm suffering with, especially in and around the Ashridge estate, is a lot of people walking and walking with their dogs, dog walkers, which means the trails are quite busy, so you're having to give way to walkers all the time, which slows you down. And some of them are being quite obstinate. Yeah, ring the bell, say a cheery hello, and they just won't get out the way. So yeah, that's disappointing. And on this part of the ride, yeah, it's definitely spotted. You just cannot get up any pace. You can't risk flying around corners, for example, in case there's a family walking their dog. So yeah, just watch out for that. Come across this beautiful little village. I'm not sure where I am, but it's got the archetypal village pond. Yeah, I think this is Alderbury. It's absolutely stunning. There's a heron sat beside the path just back there. So I'm going to actually go back and see if I can catch him on camera. He let me ride by and didn't take off, so I'm going to turn around and see if he's still there. It's a beautiful heron. I don't think I've ever seen such a huge brood of swans. Things like that are a real antidote to the fastest known time. As I said at the very outset, this ride was never about being the fastest known time. For me, it's about the best known time, about having time to take things in, seeing the swans here, seeing that heron earlier on. Yeah, having a pint, having something to eat. Yeah, it's not about how fast you can go. It's about how much you can see and absorb. This stuff is evil. It saps all your energy, it saps all your power. It's not particularly steep, but after, 60 miles in the legs, and on a hot day, it's the last thing you need. So it was an excuse to speak to you guys and get off and push for a couple of 100 meters. Plus, I've also had a diversion because of the HS2 works. Whew, it's getting late in the day now. It's about 20 past 5. It's been a long old day. It's actually got progressively tougher as the day's gone on. Either that's my legs getting tired, or the track is getting harder. I think it's getting harder. There's also lots of changes of direction, lots of navigation to be done. And really, you do need to rely on the Garmin. I've got a Garmin 840, which I've had for a couple of years. You do rely on that so much. there are so many changes of bridle paths. Every few minutes in places there's a left or a right, and even with the Garmin it's not easy to get the right trail first time, and the heat is still relentless. You know, on the edge of a cornfield now, and the sun is still beating down even at nearly 5:30 at night. Whew, it's been a hard day on the bike. It's about 65 miles in so far, and then I've got about another 350 feet climb back to the Airbnb where I'm staying. It's only a couple of miles away, so I've stopped for a burger, an isotonic burger and a pint. I'll recap on the day tomorrow, but it's been a good day. It's been a long day, but it's been a very, very good day. Again, most of the route has been off-road on fantastic gravel tracks, so I feel that I've earned this. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'll speak to you guys in the morning. Good morning, good morning. It's 7:10 and it's day 3 of the Royal Chilterns Way, and it's an absolutely beautiful morning. The sun's up already. There's a few more clouds, so it may be even cooler again, which will be a good thing. Today I'm under a bit of time pressure. I've got to catch the train home, and I want to catch the 4:30 or 5:30 train from Reading. So that means I need to push on quite a bit today. There'll be no dilly-dallying around, that's for sure. Okay, let's make a start. Again, it was a fantastic night's sleep in the Airbnb near Great Missenden. I've got about a couple of mile ride to get back to Great Missenden, then pick up the route again and wend my way back to Reading. Whew. Up to this point, the route's been pretty easy, nothing too technical, but this descent here has proved me wrong. It's been a long way down, quite rocky, and a few big drops there as well. I guess anybody with a basic level of bike handling skills should be able to manage it, but if in doubt, there's always the option of stopping and pushing down. That was a steep pinch at Raglan Hill. If you do the ride, you'll probably remember Raglan Hill. Okay, up until now, most of the route, in fact all of the route, has been fantastically well kept. All the gravel, all the hedges have been trimmed back, not too much undergrowth, not too many brambles. Just turn right at the top of the infamous Raglan Hill, and I've got this. The section in and around Marlow, there's far more road, and I have to say it's a bit of a welcome respite actually. The gravel's been coming thick and fast, and yeah, it's hard on the legs on the 3rd day to keep up with all the gravel. The Garmin's telling me this is the 7th climb out of 10, so 8, 9, 10 to go. Then it's a pretty flat run back into Reading, hopefully. It also looks like the tubeless tyres have been doing their thing. Bit of a telltale sign there. Bit of moisture on the tyre. It's not surprising because on some of these rough bits, the flinty bits, looked quite sharp. I've just stopped in the pub at Stoke Row, and that was a godsend. A full fat Coke and a pack of crisps has re-energised me. That's the standout thing for this ride, is the lack of rest. You're either climbing or technical descents. There's very few opportunities to recover. I'm not complaining, that's why we come on these rides, but it's just a comment. Yeah, it's tough. I've just picked the camera up from recording a climb, and this promises to be climb 10 of 10. We shall see. Still got about 30 miles to run back into Reading, so it's hard to believe there's going to be no hills in that last 30 miles. But I do know the last bit runs along the Thames path, so that should be flat. Okay, but this section from Great Missenden towards Wallingford through Marlow, yeah, it's been tough. It's been very, very tough. Constantly up and down, and quite technical descents as well. All of them have been, yeah, quite technical. You had to keep your wits about you for sure. Okay, let's, as always, crack on. The descent from Stoke Row has been stunning. The first bit of lengthy descent in the entire ride, I think. Back on the level ground near the river. Done about 50 miles today. It's about 1:15, I think. So I'm well on schedule. And just like that, we're back in Reading and back beside the Thames. Hasn't been much filming in the last hour or so. I've been chasing to get to catch a train, to catch the 3:30 train, but no, I'm just going to miss it. By the time I buy my ticket, buy something to eat, it's going to be too tight, and I wouldn't have had a chance to speak to you guys. Well, that was an absolutely fantastic ride. I haven't got all the stats yet, but it was about 190 miles. A bit extra is because of where the accommodation was. It's been an absolutely fantastic ride. Far more gravel off-road than any other of the Cycling UK routes I've done. And that's made it relentless. Really, you're on it all the time, and there's very little road where you can have a rest. So all in all, Royal Chilterns Way, absolutely fantastic. My advice is give it a go. If you're an average cyclist like me, it's well within your ability. Okay, I'm going to jump on the train and head home. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you on my next cycling video. If you like this video and you like our other travel videos, please subscribe. It really does help us grow the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.